Hey everyone, today we are going ahead and doing a Create a Sim video. Long time no Create a Sim. Like, I know when you do a build video in this kind of format, it's called a speed build, but like we don't call it a speed cast or like a speed Create a Sim. We just call it a Create a Sim video. But anyway, long time without a speed cast, I guess. And it isn't really a creator sim, it's more like a makeover a sim. So it's like a speed makeover, I guess. Anyway, today we're going ahead and making over these sims from my daily life series. If you're not up to date on that series, maybe I'll just give a quick little rundown because you don't need to be up to date on the series just to sit back and enjoy this little creator sim moment. Basically, these sims, I have a Create a Sim video where I actually made the original sim, Paige Daly. She is the second sim along the UI down the bottom there. I will have a video for her already, but I've been playing with Paige for quite some time now in the series that I have called The Daily Life. And this series basically is going to follow Paige throughout 2022, just living the year. And I'm going to kind of like, in a sense, I have been, and what I intend to do is follow through with the year, like events such as New Year's, and then we did April Fool's Day and St. Patrick's Day, and we did Easter really recently, stuff like that. I just go ahead and follow those events that happen in real life that I personally experience in my life, and I'm just sharing some like tidbits about what I personally do annually as a part of those events and celebrations and shindigs, whatever you want to call them. And just kind of shedding light on, a lot of people celebrate these events. Some people do, some people don't. But even within those people that do celebrate the same events, I feel like everyone has different traditions and different things that they do. So my goal with the series is just to live the year, at least 1 year, with Paige, going through all the motions of the oceans throughout the year with the like annual events and holidays and whatnot that take place throughout the year, and just kind of shed light on what I do through Paige. And it has been really fun so far because obviously, it's not saying that this way is the only way people should be celebrating, or these are the only events people should celebrate. No, of course not. It's just me sharing it from my perspective, and especially as someone from Australia, sharing like what we do in our traditions, and even just simple things like what we call certain things. For instance, like we call fall, the season, we call it autumn. And there was another time where we were talking about like, what do you call capsicums? Like in other countries they call them bell peppers or just peppers, and like just different things like that. And just talking about those little like things that are just so common and just stuff that just happens on the day to day and the week to week, the month to month, the year to year, things that happen that we all just experience differently. And it doesn't have to be much deeper than that. It's just sometimes it's nice to get an insight into how other people do. So that's what I'm doing, sharing how I do these things, and always, always, always asking you guys, what do you do? What are you getting up to this weekend? And all that good stuff, so you can share in the comments down below. And, it's all welcome. I'm always happy to learn about other people's traditions and other people's routines of what they do for certain events or certain times of the year. And also, I think it's especially not important, that makes it sound like it's more, drastic than it is, but I think it's also really noteworthy that like I live in Australia in a different hemisphere to most of my audience. So just sharing like it is this season right now, and everyone who's watching kind of being like, whoa, it's not the same season. Like, I don't know, I feel like so often as an Australian who lives in a different hemisphere to obviously the USA, you're always hearing about seasonal things from their perspective. Like, for instance, we're celebrating Easter. Well, I'm filming this before Easter, but you'll be seeing it after Easter. When we celebrate Easter, it's typically fall time, which is autumn for us. So But for an American, it's always spring, and it's like, oh, spring has sprung. Oh, Easter's all about the pastel colors and spring and all this, and it's all in terms of the season of spring and flowers blooming and all that good stuff. But as an Australian, it's autumn. It's like starting to get cold. And for us, for instance, an Easter tradition is often you'll get like a new dressing gown or a pair of Ugg boots or some new winter pajamas, because the holiday of Easter kind of follows through to the colder months, as opposed to America, it's the opposite. So anyway, that's kind of what the series does. And you would have seen me already make over India. She's the sim who has the black hair. Really cute, like black curly hair. And India was a sim in the world already, I believe. I had given her makeovers here and there to kind of fit in with the holidays we were doing. Like I gave her a green outfit for St. Patrick's Day, and I gave her a wedding outfit because Paige and India did go ahead and get married in the series. So now we're making over Paige. She's more like the main sim that we're kind of living through, and India's there too, and India's a painter. We're helping her get promotions and whatnot, but we're mainly focusing on Paige. And yeah, there are other sims, obviously, like other characters in the series. She has 3 great best friends, Sarah, Anavi, and Krista. And so they all still live in San Myshuno, but just really recently I've gone ahead and, once again, this will all come out like out of order to what I'm filming it in, because I'm just trying to get all the filming done before Easter so I can get it out to you guys. But I built Paige and India a new house now that they're married. We'd been living in San Myshuno for some time, and Paige had moved around a lot, even just in the short period of time. She'd gone from one apartment that was like really needed TLC, and it just was not livable. So she moved into a different apartment with her roommate Krista, and then that was going great. But then she got married to India because she had the little challenge where it was like, your ancestor passed away and has left you money. You have to get married. So we did that and did the challenge where we had to go ahead and get married. So we went ahead and did that and got married to India. And after getting married to India, I just thought it would be like appropriate that we went ahead and moved in with her. It made sense. So we went ahead and did that, moved into her apartment. But now I think it's time for them to go into a house. The apartment is cute, but I just think it'd be much nicer to live in a house. We've been in San Myshuno for so long. And the speed build video will come out before this. So if you haven't seen that already, go check that out. But I'll just talk to it briefly here. I moved them into a house in, oh my God, now I'm forgetting the name, Mount Komorebi. So I went ahead and moved them into a house there that I built, and it was really, really fun building that house, but it was also really challenging. I've obviously I haven't filmed the voiceover for that yet, but I'll talk about it more in there. But if you haven't seen it, it was quite a challenge building that house. Like, it wasn't my typical style, so it was really fun to do. And I thought, if I'm building them a new house and then moving to a completely new town, Paige is about to graduate really soon, so she's going to be working. And India is getting promo after promo, really working her way up in the painter world. I think it's time for them to have a makeover physically, like in Creator Sim, with their outfits and their hair and whatnot. So I imagine that India's hair had grown a little bit more. It was quite short with the one she was just originally given by the game. So I went ahead and made it a little bit longer, to make it feel like it had grown with time. And I really love her short curly hair, but yeah, I just thought it'd be cute if it had grown out just a little bit over time. And then same with Paige. I went ahead and had her grow out her fringe, and her hair is now a little bit longer. You could already assume it was quite long, how she wore it in those space buns, but now it's, even longer. And also, I really struggled because I wanted to change her hair, but then her eyebrows kept on looking super weird because her hair was quite blonde, and I'd given her the very light brown eyebrows, kind of imagining that she was dyeing her hair blonde. So now I've gone ahead and put her hair to this light brown color that her eyebrows always were, to kind of pretend that she's going back to her natural hair color, which I think looks super cute on her, but she's almost unrecognizable. it's so bizarre seeing her without the bright blonde hair. And I also had her take out her piercings, like her nose piercing. And she used to always have like multiple ear piercings on with the same earrings. And I changed that up too. I just feel like it was time for her to change. She does still wear her nose piercing sometimes, like in some of the party outfits you'll see. But I feel like it was time for her, like, outfit style sense to kind of like mature a little bit now that she's getting out of university life and going into like working career. I think she's going to be a food critic, so I kind of wanted to like polish up her style a little bit more. And especially with them moving into Mount Komorebi, I kind of thought about, you know, the weather there and their cold weather outfits for that kind of environment and whatnot. But yeah, I really love their makeover. I think it turned out great. I love Paige so much, and the big reason why I wanted to, like, number one, I wanted to give them the makeover because, you know, they're moving on in their lives, they got a new house, moving into a new town, da-da-da-da-da. But also, the thumbnails had started to get kind of repetitive, especially with Paige. Like, she just always happened to be wearing that same one outfit with that white button-up shirt, or like, in every thumbnail, she would just be wearing very similar or like the same outfits in the same location. So I thought, you know, we're over a quarter of the way through the year. It was time to mix things up. And so yes, they're going ahead and moving into their new home. They would have just recently celebrated Easter and they've got their new makeovers. Paige will be graduating very soon, which will probably be like one of the next videos after the Easter video. And they're really growing up and getting up there in the world. And yeah, so if you haven't checked out the series, I definitely would recommend you do if you're interested at all in the storyline as I just told it there. But until next time, I hope you'll have a very snazzy day and I'll see you all soon. Bye!